This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. First tonight, special election results are in for the State House District 72 seat. Today, Democrats hit the polls to choose a Democratic candidate who will face a Republican and a Libertarian in the general election come February. Margaret Good and Ruta Giuliani were the two Democrats vying for the spot to run against Republican James Buchanan and Libertarian Allison Fox. They're all running to replace Alex Miller, who resigned her House seat earlier this year. Tonight, Democrats voted Margaret Good to move on in the general election. She took home 72.40% of the votes, and 27.60% of those voters were in favor of Ruta Giuliani. The Florida Department of Transportation holding a special meeting on Longboat Key today, talking about traffic issues affecting the barrier islands of the Suncoast. FDOT is now looking at solutions to that problem. ABC7's Rick Adams has more from the Longboat Island Chapel.
Well, traffic does continue to be a major issue here on the barrier islands. FDOT did get a chance to hear some input from a lot of folks. The cars keep piling on, and so do some of the frustrations. The Florida Department of Transportation is looking to ease traffic on the barrier islands in Sarasota and Manatee counties. On Tuesday, FDOT had a chance to share some of the results from the nearly year-long study, taking a closer look at the issue.
What we develop is a number of alternatives, from short-term implementable things like striping and pavement markings, sidewalk fixes, really small things that can really be implemented very quickly, to much longer-term possible solutions.
Some of the long-term solutions include possibly adding roundabouts, a park and ride, a water taxi, and major improvements to the bridges. Mark Atkinson lives on St. Armands and sees the traffic headaches firsthand. He says dealing with these traffic problems has become a way of life, especially having to give yourself a lot more time to get to where you need to go.
You have to control your pace to get to where you want to go. And not everybody has to do that in life, but we have to do it out here on these islands.
Someone else who sees these traffic issues firsthand is Holmes Beach Police Chief William Tokager. He tells us what FDOT is doing is a big step in the right direction.
I think it'll improve it. I don't know that anything will stop the traffic problem. You got to remember, the word is out. The island is beautiful. People are going to want to come. We're trying to put 100 pounds of potatoes in a 5-pound sack.
This was the first public meeting on the Barrier Islands traffic study of what FDOT officials say will be many more. All those public meetings are expected to take place into the middle of next year. And FDOT officials say the earliest that any work will be done will be late next year or early in 2019. Reporting from Longboat Key, I'm Rick Adams, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you so much, Rick. For years, there has been controversy surrounding greyhound racing in Florida, and now a new study is causing even more concern for the industry and the health of the dogs. A recent report by nonprofit animal advocate Gray 2K shows over the past 10 years, more than 800 dogs tested positive for drugs. 8 greyhounds tested positive right here on the Suncoast at the Sarasota Kennel Club. The drugs found in the dogs' systems include cocaine, opioids, Novocaine, and lidocaine. Carrie Field, the executive director of Gray 2K, says when the numbers are broken down even further, that information is even more disturbing.
It's deeply troubling that we've seen 71 greyhound cocaine positives over the last year, including 68 greyhound cocaine positives in Florida. This is a serious narcotic. It's dangerous to the health and welfare of these dogs. It's obviously something that calls into question the integrity of the bets being placed at these tracks.
Representatives from Gray 2K and the Humane Society of the United States were on the Suncoast today hosting a grassroots meeting at Cat Depot about this very issue. A parish man is sentenced to federal prison for attempting to file a false lien against a federal judge. Wayne St. Aubin Smith was found guilty back in July, and in May of 2015, Smith filed a lawsuit against several New Jersey officials, claiming that his constitutional rights had been violated. In December of 2016, Smith attempted to record 3 separate liens against several individuals at the Manatee County Clerk's office. Smith claimed that New Jersey government officials and the state of Florida owe him almost $2 million for violating his constitutional rights. Smith has been sentenced to 3 years and 10 months in federal prison. A fire in Bradenton destroying a mobile home earlier this evening. The fire happened at WT Mobile Home Park on Manatee Avenue West. Fire crews were able to put out the fire, but the home is a complete loss. The owner of that home was able to get out and no one was injured. However, fire crews do not know yet how that fire was started. Well, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for a look at your first alert forecast. Bob, that cold front is making its way towards us.
It is. Right now it's kind of hung up over the panhandle. We'll get to that in just a little bit, but no cold front around right now. 68 degrees. Our high today was near record breaking again into the low 80s. Right now it's 68 degrees and the dew point 66. Two numbers pretty close to one another. That makes the humidity high at 93%. Winds are calm and the pressure 30-16. That is high and that continues to dominate, although this high pressure ridge will eventually get bumped out of here and allow this cold front to sweep through, but it's going to take its time. It's not going to move through tomorrow or even Thursday, but it'll be here on Friday. Right now, temperatures very warm for this time of year, all in the upper 60s along the coastline. The Gulf water temperature unseasonably warm at 74 degrees right now, 65-degree air temperature in Arcadia, 70 in Lake Placid. Fog could become an issue as it typically is this time of year when you get that warm air and then eventually the cooler air on the way. So there's the front. We'll show you that cold front now. It stretches all the way from the northeast right through Georgia and all the way down into Texas tonight. And you can see it's not going to move much further off to the south tonight, but by, I should say, Friday morning early, it'll be on our doorstep and eventually sweep through by Saturday morning, cooling us down. But as far as the winds go, they'll be out of the east and southeast. And that always has a tendency to warm us up here. We'll see temperatures into the upper 70s to low 80s. And the rain continuing now to move basically from the west to the east right now with that little piece of energy. There's no big drop to the south right now, but we will see that cold polar vortex, little lobe come down over the eastern United States, and it will make it all the way down here into Florida, and it will be a rather cold one considering how warm temperatures have been. In fact, highs on Saturday only expected in the low 60s. Well, much more on this cold snap coming up in a few minutes. Jacqueline?
All right, thank you, Bob. We'll check back in with you shortly. Florida Fish and Wildlife is offering big incentives for those who catch lionfish. The organization receiving $25,000 in donations for their new tagged lionfish removal incentive program. The funds will be used as cash prizes to reward those who find and remove lionfish previously tagged by FWC staff. Lionfish are a non-native invasive species that can reduce native fish populations and negatively affect the overall reef habitat. This program will run May 19th through September 3rd next year. 6 to 8 lionfish will be tagged at each of 50 randomly selected public reef sites throughout the Atlantic and the Gulf. You can find those reef locations at reefrangers.com. A grand jury will meet later this month to consider charges in the death of a Florida State University fraternity pledge. Today, State Attorney Jack Campbell said the grand jury decided last week that it would investigate Andrew Coffey's death. Florida State and Tallahassee police are also investigating his death. Coffey was a 20-year-old junior and a pledge at Pi Kappa Phi. He died on November 4th when he was found unresponsive after a party. Florida State quickly responded by indefinitely suspending its fraternities and sororities. Campbell said people who attended the party have been subpoenaed to testify before the grand jury, which will meet secretly later this month. A push to expand gun rights is being blocked in the Florida Senate. Today, a Senate panel voted down 3 separate gun bills, including a measure that would have lowered criminal penalties for concealed weapons permit holders who violate the ban on openly carrying guns. The votes mean it's unlikely the Senate will consider any gun-related legislation in the annual session that starts next month. And State Senator Greg Stubbe, a Bradenton Republican who has pushed gun bills the last few years, said after this vote he no longer has plans to bring any gun-related legislation forward to the legislation. Well, straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, a fire severely damaging a UPS facility in Maryland overnight, destroying numerous holiday packages. And the president proposing changes for workers who get paid in tips, why workers' rights groups say it'll lead to lower pay for employees.
My name is Haley. I have Fragile X syndrome. I work with Chartwells at Einstein's and FAU. I like being up front and interacting with students. The students are very nice and very hungry. Having a job is a big ticket for independence.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Naomi, my California closet designer, has been my partner in crime. She was genuinely fun to work with. We have had a ball collaborating on the 8 units that we have done in our home. The closets in the house are great, but the den is what everyone comments on when they walk in the house. And it's so beautiful. They say, whoa, who did that? And I said, it's California Closets. My name is Melissa, and this is my California Closet story.
I'm calling in regards about my mother, and I'm here, and I just want to thank you because it saved my mother's life yesterday. And I'd like to know the names of the people that came in and saved her so I could call and thank them. And she's doing fine. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you.
When you fall and cannot get up, an accident can turn into a tragedy. But with Life Alert, one touch of a button can get you help fast. Life Alert saves a person from a catastrophe every 10 minutes.
Life Alert is a lifesaver. If it weren't for Life Alert, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
For a free Life Alert brochure, call 1-800-652-3012. That's 1-800-652-3012. Call now 1-800-652-3012. For a free brochure, call 1-800-652-3012.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
All right, Bob, the big question I want to know, will I be able to wear my boots and long sleeve shirts over the next couple of days?
Not the next couple of days, but after that, yes.
Okay.
So it looks like Wednesday and Thursday will still stay above average, and then the boots and sweaters and jackets will be coming out. A chance for us to get into the season. Not quite winter yet, but we're going to get a winter blast over the weekend. Beautiful shot right here from KC Key webcam earlier today, showing those clear blue skies, and just looks like another day like that tomorrow. Although we will see some fog around to start things off. The fog could be rather thick in some areas, so that could be an issue. But look at this sunset tonight. Not many clouds around, but boy, just a beautiful shot once again. And never gets old, does it? I don't know. It just never ceases to amaze me how beautiful it is down here. Another viewer photo showing some crepuscular rays from Nokomis Beach. That's Bill Winkler. The sun actually is set at this point, but the sun's rays are still hitting the tops of those clouds, causing that little shadow that you see in the sky, and that's known as crepuscular rays. And this one, a little bit of a different filter, but that's the moon on this one. Susan Humphreys getting that. Very interesting looking shot right there of the moon with a different kind of filter on that camera. Well, the warm days here, warm days as a result of this east to southeasterly wind flow, but here comes the cold front slicing through the southeast, and that cold front will bring some showers over the panhandle, already doing so right now, but not much rain for us anticipated on Wednesday. Thursday, there's a slight chance you'll see that in the forecast, but really things will stay relatively dry here through Thursday, and then a much better chance for some more widespread rain on Friday. So Friday looks to be pretty wet, especially late Friday and into Friday night and Saturday morning. Temperatures currently in the upper 60s to mid 60s. Now Arcadia at 65, Braden at 68. The Gulf water temperature really warm, 74, and Inglewood at 69 degrees. Well, that temperature trend warm, as I said, through the next couple of days, and then the cooler weather arrives and sticks around. High temperatures on Saturday will only reach into the low 60s, and with a wind blowing out of the northwest, it maybe 15 to 20 miles an hour. Will make it feel much cooler. We'll get back into the 70s, I think, as early as Tuesday, but there could be another cold front coming in on the long-range forecast after that. So right now at the Sarasota-Braden Airport, it's 68 degrees and the dew point 66. Winds are calm and the pressure 30-12, and that is high and continues to rise. The high today was 82, well above the average of 75. This morning's low was 63. No rainfall to report so far for the month. And as far as that rain goes, it stays to the north tomorrow with showers developing along that frontal boundary. A chance for a few passing showers on Thursday morning. Not much. Thursday afternoon, maybe 1 or 2 lone showers. The rain chance at 30%. Rain chance jumps up to 60 to 70% on Friday. Well, temperatures for lows to start the morning off 67 degrees in Sarasota. Generally warm across the area, and the Northeast now getting hammered with some rain mainly, but the lake effect snows are in full effect and will continue to do so over the upcoming days as that cold Arctic air moves in. And right now temperature 19 in Minneapolis, 39 in Kansas City, 29 in Chicago. You factor in the wind and it feels like 6 in Minneapolis, 7 in Minot, and 20 into Cleveland. And as I mentioned, that cold outbreak will be in place Friday and stick around right through Saturday, Sunday, and Monday of next week. So the big cold air plunge headed our way. Here's the forecast for boaters. Winds out of the south turning to the southwest at 10 knots. Seas will be 1 to 2 feet with a light chop out there. And the water temperature balmy, 74. Beaches will see a high of 78. Tides upcoming on your screen. The next high tide will be at 12:38 and a low tide at 9:24. Patchy fog, otherwise mostly fair, 66 for a low. Tomorrow, we'll start off with some fog and then partly cloudy. Nice warm day, high near 80 degrees. And the extended forecast does call for a good chance for rainfall. That happens on Friday and Friday night. And Saturday morning, could be some lingering showers, clearing and turning cooler on Saturday. High temperatures in the afternoon anyway, low 60s, and cool on Sunday and Monday. Jacqueline?
Okay, Bob, thank you so much. A fire severely damaged a UPS facility in Frederick, Maryland overnight. When all was said and done, 10 trucks, a trailer, and numerous holiday packages were destroyed. John Gonzalez has the very latest.
And during what is such a busy time for UPS this holiday season, this was a major fire here at this facility in Frederick, Maryland. Take a look. We are told 10 vehicles, 10 packaging trucks were destroyed, some of them rentals, others the well-known brown UPS trucks that you see on the road, and you can see some of the damage there. It is extensive, and right over here is where this fire started. You can see the burned siding on the back of this building here. This is the UPS Customer Center here in Frederick, Maryland, and take a look at this trailer. This also destroyed, now just a charred shell. This fire starting at around 10:30 last night. It was during a shift change. We're told one of the employees coming into work noticed the flames and immediately called for help. No injuries reported, but the call is still under investigation. Fire investigators tell me that the sprinkler system here did work, and that's good news because this fire could have spread and been a lot worse. But right now, fire investigators still sifting through all of this, trying to figure out exactly what caused this fire. I asked one of the fire investigators, were there packages destroyed? He said, oh yeah, the packaging trucks were empty, but that trailer was loaded with packages. The damage estimate is still unknown.
Well, holiday decorations are a great way to get into the Christmas spirit, but sometimes they can cause fires. Residential fires during the holiday season are more frequent, more costly, and more deadly than at any other time of the year. But here are some tips to help prevent fires in your homes this holiday season. Only use non-flammable or flame-retardant decorations. Make sure to check holiday lights each year for frayed wires or excessive wear, and don't link more than 3 strands together. And never leave a burning candle unattended. Consider instead maybe using battery-operated flameless candles that look and smell like real candles. And if you have a natural Christmas tree, make sure to keep it away from a heat source or an exit and water it daily to keep it from becoming dry. And to make sure your packages arrive in time for the holidays, you'll need to know the shipping deadlines for major carriers. This year's shipping deadlines might be tricky, though. Most major retailers and package shippers anticipate online shopping will be off the charts this year and place a strain on package delivery systems. If you're using FedEx, the same-day service allows you to ship on Christmas Day. But for UPS, make sure to get a quote that compares shipping charges and delivery times to make sure your package arrives in time for the holidays. And most Most major carriers have a complete list of their shipping deadlines on their websites. Here's a tip though, free shipping day is December 15th. More than 600 online merchants will be participating, offering hundreds of items that will arrive by Christmas Eve when shipped for free on the 15th. A national massage chain is promising changes in how it decides who is allowed to touch its customers. Massage Envy came under fire last week after more than 180 people filed sexual assault complaints against the company. The CEO of the company says all massage therapists will now undergo annual background checks. The company even hired a third-party background screening company that can run checks in real time. Each of Massage Envy's almost 1,200 franchisees are now also required to provide law enforcement contact information to any customer who alleges assault. According to the CEO, Massage Envy saw a moderate drop in memberships after the allegations went public. And the Trump administration is proposing a Labor Department rule change for workers who get paid in tips. It would let employers ask workers earning at least the federal minimum wage to share tips with colleagues who don't get tips. The controversial part is a line in the document that says managers can use workers' tips to make structural improvements or lower menu prices. Critics say that provision would allow employers to essentially pocket their workers' tip money. But the Labor Department says it will be good for employees who don't collect gratuities. However, workers' rights groups say it will result in lower pay for employees. Well, stay with us. Sports is next. But first, here's Tracy Ellis-Ross in for Jimmy Kimmel.
I'm Tracy Ellis-Ross sitting in for Jimmy Kimmel, and here's how that went. If she doesn't consent, the answer is no.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big, or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $15 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand with no surprises and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 3 times in a row. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317. Go online or visit a Target store today.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com for Chef Judy's favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. Now, sports.
A Manatee County native is now the new head coach at Florida State. The university will introduce Willie Taggart tomorrow morning. Taggart, who played his high school football days right here at Manatee High School on the Suncoast, told his Oregon players today he's heading to Tallahassee. The 41-year-old coached at South Florida for 4 seasons before going to Oregon for a year. He replaces Jimbo Fisher, who resigned on Friday to accept the opening at Texas A&M. Taggart is known as an excellent recruiter and an innovative offensive coach and was the Seminoles' top choice to become coach. Meanwhile, UCF also hiring a new football coach. Josh Heupel has been the offensive coordinator at Missouri the past 2 seasons. The 39-year-old replaces Scott Frost, who accepted the Nebraska coaching job after leading UCF to a 12-0 record in the American Athletic Conference title. The Knights will play Auburn in the Peach Bowl in Atlanta on January 1st. Well, the Lightning back on home on the ice tonight against the New York Islanders. Tampa Bay looking for its 2nd straight win. In the first period, Braden Point gets the feed in front of the net and fires it in for the score. The Lightning lead 1-0. Then Andrew Shooter gets the pass and lasers it in from near the blue line to give the Lightning a 2-goal lead. Later in the second period, score tied 2-2. Yanni Gourde gets the rebound in front of the net and taps it in for the power play goal to break the tie. The Lightning lead 3-2. The Islanders would not score after that. The Lightning taking home the win tonight 6-2. Well, that's a look at sports. We'll have your winning lotto numbers when we come back.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Detoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
So I never had closet systems before. Our designer, Bridget, was able to listen and ask the right questions, taking our ideas and making them happen. We were totally satisfied from beginning to end. I knew the California Closets would help me with every aspect of the design process, and they delivered 100%. My name is Teresa, and this is my California Closet story.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
ABC7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast. The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Well, the foolishly festive Christmas parade took place this evening at Esplanade Golf and Country Club in Lakewood Ranch. Take a look. About 500 people came out to watch, and participants included the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile, Mr. Peanut, the Marauders mascot, the Bradenton Bombers roller derby team, and a resident Zazu band, an ugly sweater brigade, and of course, decorated golf carts. It looks like they certainly had a good time tonight, and it was pretty nice weather out.
Oh yeah, pretty nice indeed. And Esplanade is a great golf course too, and we really enjoy all those outfits and those costumes too. That's one parade I've missed. I want to get out there next time to see that.
Over in Lakewood Ranch.
That's right.
All right, thank you so much, Bob, and thank you all for joining us this evening. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Have a good night.